All right, let's bring in TV's Brent Barry, who spent part of his childhood basically in the Warriors locker room, son of the Hall of Famer Rick Barry, of course. Brent, I'll ask you the same question I've asked everybody today so far. Just how surprised are you that Kevin Durant, A, left, and B, landed by the Bay?
Well, I also spent time in the locker room as a player, Matt, so thank you for that. I'm kidding. Matt, I'm not totally surprised about the news today. Obviously, it's some early fireworks for a lot of people who are NBA fans on the 4th of July to hear the Kevin Durant news. But, the Warriors and the Spurs, I believe, Matt, behind the scenes, there was a lot of talk, and you and I talked about it during the finals, about which teams were lining up for the Kevin Durant opportunity this summer, and that those teams had kind of made tracks over the course of the past couple of seasons to be in this kind of position and to make their pitches.
A crucial part of 4 championship teams who played a style that no one has replicated.
Well, if you add in, obviously, Matt, we talk about his international experience,
right.
What the Hall of Fame takes into account. Manu Ginobili, for sure, a Hall of Famer, but it's the role that Manu played and accepted in San Antonio that's one of the more spectacular parts about his career, to have that kind of production for that long and to be that consistent. El Contusion, as I called him back in San Antonio, deserving of a Hall of Fame induction, and certainly deserving, Matt, of all the praise from all the players over the past couple of days who've reached out via social media and let Manu know just how much of an inspiration as a player he was, how much of a pleasure it was to compete against him. But you saw a lot of international younger players say, "You're the reason why I dreamt that it was possible for me to have the opportunity to play in the NBA." Manu was just that special.
Can you win a championship with Russell Westbrook?
No, can't do it. Especially in the iteration of what the team represents now. It's not about the youth or the talent or about how those guys can improve, but in that way, playing that way, it's not going to get you to that point.
No.
There's no way that your team can exceed what it is that another team collectively can do with 5 guys. It's incredible to watch. It is just mind-boggling, the things that Russell is capable of doing, the numbers that he's capable of putting up. But the scheme for any opposing coach, Dan, to have a guy like that play that way, it lets a lot of teams off the hook, quite frankly.
Some early season observations.
Okay.
And you're going to let us know whether it's going to continue, it's a trend, or it's not going to continue. It's a dead end. Very, very simple.
Sounds
You're right.
good.
And it did take us months, so thanks to come up with that. All right, first one. The Thunder can survive without Durant and Westbrook. Trend or dead end?
What does survival mean to you guys?
Playoffs or not? Playoffs or not?
Should we say playoffs home court? Because
Okay.
I think that's
Do you think they're a lock for the playoffs?
Oh, absolutely.
I agree with you.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's say the first 35 games, they go 15-20. Because last year, everybody talks about the Western Conference last year. This year, the Suns had such a remarkable year. And obviously the great talk about DeMarcus Cousins and the start that he's had this year, dismantling the Clippers in that first game in
Huge.
LA. Unbelievable numbers. I don't think the Kings are quite as dynamic as the Suns. Plus, Isaiah Thomas doesn't play for the Kings anymore. He's playing for the Suns.
Irony.
But if I thought about a team in the West that could be a surprise, I wouldn't look to Sac. I might look to New Orleans. I might look at what it is that Anthony Davis is going to do with that lineup, the depth that they have. But going back to the Kings, I love the way they're structured. I love the depth that they have. Carl Landry's back this year. Omri Caspi is back. The battle in Sac for them, where they have the inconsistencies, is the 2-guard spot. McLemore, Stauskas, somebody has to step up and claim those minutes, because Darren Collison's been a great addition, but somebody's got to claim some minutes at that 2-guard spot for them to get consistent perimeter scoring. We know Cousins and Gay are going to be that guy, and Collison's been off to a good start, but the 2-guard spot's a worry for me.
Despite the